going on, everyone? Sorry about that blast of music. Was trying to multitask and get this stream in. I'm trying really hard to get my monthly updates in a reasonable amount of time. Wanted to do it this weekend, but it was just a crazy weekend. So that's all right. What's going on? Dobus crew, man, you get that notification and you're right in there. Appreciate the love. Yeah, so I wanted to get my update in there, talk about how December 2023 went for me and how, I performed overall on for the year and talk about all that. Boom, shakalaka, boom. Nice jam. What's up? B-man, how we doing, brother? It's not that time. It's just me, rolling solo, providing you my update for 2023 for December. Pretty excited for it. It wasn't bad for everything that went on. It wasn't bad. Looking overall, December, I ended up bringing in 1,141,017 UpX, and that's from my property earnings and my sends. Overall, I did pretty well for the month. I think it was the best performing month of 2023, ending it on a good note. I like that. I reached my goal of getting to 1 million UpX per month from property earnings. Can't complain about that. Talk about overall, currently I finished the year with a net worth sitting just a little over 62 million UpX. And as I said, I'm earning a little over 1 million UpX a month now. So moving in the right direction, and ended up with 1,905 properties. And that's pretty good for the year. Really, my whole goal going into the year was getting over that 1 million UpX per month. Yeah, that was kind of just a cheap, easy goal. And I really didn't have a lot of time to sit down and write what my goals are in Upland in 2024. A lot going on at the end of the year. We had the extravaganza show. That was a lot of work behind the scenes, coordinating everything there. Also, at the same time, I was working with the Upland Racing League on our sponsorship for the next 3 years with them, working out the finer details. And I had the map assets for Christmas I was trying to churn out in time so everybody could come buy those wonderful Christmas assets. End of the year was pretty busy. I didn't have that time to sit down and really think about 2024 and what I wanted to get out of Upland and the goals I wanted to achieve. I know that they need to be better than the 2023 goals that I set forward. And I want to make this a pretty entertaining show each and every month as I update you on that. See, Dobich Crew, you see, that's what I'm working on. Hopefully I will have that here soon. Chief executive is always a goal of mine. I don't know if it's realistic this year because I do have a hard time selling my properties. I am a long-term believer in Upland and where it's going, so I have a hard time selling it. I've seen plenty of players be very successful, still hold on to a lot of properties and still sell that. So that might be one of the things, is set a goal of selling X amount of properties. I'll start really working through that in the next couple of days, because you can sell properties, you can still acquire properties and be successful. And I'm about 38 million UpX away from being a chief executive. Leaving Genesis Week, I said next year I will be a chief executive before Genesis Week, but I never put a plan in place. So all that was a wish. I had a wish. What's up, KO? How we doing? I'll figure out how to put some stuff in place. It's going to be challenging. Trying to make chief executive now by June without tapping into putting more money into the game, which is not in my plans at all. But as I said, I'll sit down next couple of days and write some realistic goals, maybe earnings per month, properties acquired, maybe properties sold, and a target for what next year or this year actually looks like. And if we want to jump right into the fourth quarter recap. So for the fourth quarter, I earned about 3.3 million UpX from property earnings and sends. Not too shabby. and we can go ahead and we can compare that to the previous quarter. So I had about almost a 10% increase from the third quarter to the fourth quarter in earnings. So I'll take that. And if we compare it to the rest of the year, fourth quarter was the most successful quarter of the year. That's kind of how you want to see it as you continue to build and grow your Upland account. There was a dip from the second quarter to the third quarter, but once again, I was back in the positive direction in the fourth quarter, which is pretty good. And if we look overall from 2023 to 2022, pretty much that's about a 12% increase in total earnings from 11.2 million in 2022 to about 12.5 million in 2023. Pretty positive gains. If I would have worked a little harder and tried some other things, I think I could have made bigger gains. That might be one of the targets that I'm looking for, is the overall gain in my next year. Or this year. So we'll figure that out. And that's what I have for that. But a lot of stuff going on this year for me. I have my MetaVenture. I'm expanding my MetaVenture shops. I've acquired property in a couple of cities. I've built some good sized showrooms on it, looking to expand. That was one of the challenges, was not being prepared to launch in other cities when all my assets came out to start manufacturing. Found out a lot of people are happy where they are and they really don't want to travel somewhere for a map asset. Now that means you either A, kind of live with that, or B, you expand and take your product to the customer. And that's what I'm trying to work on right now, is taking the product to the customer. So I'm in the process of that. Do I know where to check if we got some Protum dropped? I have not checked my Upland account yet, but I did get an email and I saw the email come through. You get 555 Protum for every totem that you own once the snapshot was taken. So do the math. I'm getting 2,775 Protum for my 5 totems. And remember that the first 24 hours is a badge if you start your cycle. So there is that. I don't know where it's going to be located in the game. I don't know if they're going to make another area by the Spark part of it. We'll see where it kind of shows up of what you got and what you have to work with. Overall, I'll call 2023 a win. And if I really look back, I didn't do the best job of tracking my properties or my overall net worth. I do know in April, my net worth was only 51.7 million OPEX. And I know I'm saying only, and I do understand a lot of the listeners are nowhere close to this. I just crossed my 4-year anniversary in Upland. I've just started my 5th year of playing here on January 5th. So I am into year number 5. We're into year number 4 of the podcast. So I'm excited about that. I'm being a little more detailed in tracking things this year, so I can provide better quality in my shows and informing the other players on how to be successful too. But yeah, I increased over 100,000 in OPEX earnings from April until now. Properties, I jumped 120-ish, which could be way more. I spent a lot of time buying other things or giveaways. And this year I started off pretty good this year with not having any money available to start the month of January, going on with the Upland Racing League sponsorship, but that's okay. That's going to be great for the Upland Racing League, great for the podcast. Yes, OB, the Protum drop is tomorrow, but they did send out an email already letting you know how much you have. And then when you're able to start the cycle at 9 a.m. Pacific time, that's when all the windows open up and everybody should have their Protum then. Yeah. So 2024, I will get you guys my goals of what to shoot for. And I still have the wish of being a chief executive by Genesis Week. We'll see if we can make that reality. I'll do some math and figure some things out, but we'll see. Yep, that's correct. Other than that, I did just want to jump in here really quick, give an update of how December went, how 2023 went, some of the projects that I was working on, and also, Northumberland Racetrack in Nashville. That's the official raceway of the podcast, working with Just NFT, seeing what we can do there and putting that together. Hopefully get sanctioned with the Upland Racing League, working with them too, coordinating that, and we'll have some fun events there. But other than that, everybody, don't forget to check out the podcast Thursday night, and everybody be safe, have fun, and we'll see you out there in the metaverse.